Hello, and welcome to this online functions and modeling course for the spring of 2025. I wanted to create a quick video to go over a few things in Canvas and here's some MyLab math that you're going to need to know for this semester. I am your instructor, Lisa Castle, and that last name is spelled Kastl, which might be important because it's one of the questions on your syllabus quiz. Um, and I will be your instructor for this course this semester. So what we want to do in this video, we want to familiarize ourselves with Canvas. We want to look at the syllabus. I will not read the entire syllabus, but you need to read the entire syllabus because that is our contract for this semester. It tells you what we expect you to learn and how we plan to grade you, how we plan to evaluate you. You'll want to look at your schedule. I say print it, that's not strictly necessary, but you do have a semester schedule available today for you to look at. So there's no excuse for not knowing when exams are due, when homework assignments are due, or when quizzes are due, or when is your final going to be. You'll want to obtain your Pearson MyLab Math access as soon as possible. You can get 2 weeks temporary access for free. So you'll want to go ahead and get your access the first day of this course. You will eventually need to purchase access either through Barnes and Noble, the bookstore, or you will need to purchase your access using a credit or a debit card. But you need to get your access as soon as possible because that is the application we use for all homework, quizzes, and exams. You'll want to complete your syllabus quiz. It's not due for a week. However, it is a prerequisite for all your homework, quizzes, and exams. So you'll want to go ahead and get it done and out of the way so you can start your homework. All right, I'm going to switch over to Canvas. All right, so I have launched my course in Canvas, and I'm going to walk through the modules on the home page in Canvas. I do want a quick aside for the students who are also enrolled in the review. Once you access the main course, the 1483 Functions and Modeling course, and get your MyLab Math access through this course, it will also work for the review. The review course is a review. There are assignments due every week that help you do the assignments in the main course. So you'll want to take a look at that course beyond just taking a look at this course. You want to make sure you get your access so you can do your homework and quizzes. You can look at your schedule and look at your syllabus and all those things necessary for that part of the course. So that's for the review students. The rest of you, we will just walk through this course. All right, so Canvas is arranged in modules, and you have several modules on your home page, and we're going to go through each one of these. Okay, the first module is the welcome module, and I'm going to click on the Meet Your Instructor page. That was a little bit slow in loading. I'm going to attribute that to the fact that I am recording this at my home, and sometimes my internet connection is a little bit slow. But here is the Meet Your Instructor page, and probably the things that interest you most are the first 5 lines of this page. My email address is the first line. That is my preferred method of communication. If you need to reach me, please send me an email. You can also send me a message through Canvas. That works very well too, because when you send me a message in Canvas, it actually sends me an email. You can also call me on the phone. There's my phone number for my office. Or if you're on campus, certainly you can come by my office and visit. I'm on the second floor of the Arts and Sciences building in Office 221, and I'd be more than happy for you to come by and we can discuss any issues you might be having. My office hours this semester are going to be Monday through Thursday from 1 to 3, but I'm in my office a lot. And if you walk by and see me sitting in my office, please knock on the door and visit. All right, I'll let you read through the rest of that. So I'm going to go back to the home page. And the next part of the module is the syllabus and textbook. I'm going to skip over that and go to the course schedule, and then we'll come back to the syllabus. This is a PDF linked to your semester schedule. And it's going to be really slow opening. It just outlines each section of your homework and when it is due. It also has due dates for exams. Let's see if it's going to open. There it goes. At one time in my life, I taught kindergarteners computer skills. So back in the day when computers were really slow, I taught every 5-year-old how to twiddle their thumbs because they're waiting for their link to open. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and wait for this to open. You can certainly look at the schedule. If you have any questions or you see any errors in it, please send me an email and let me know. I'm going to close that. And you can also see here the major links to each section of this course, including the instructions on how to get your MyLab Math in each of the sections in the course. I'm going to go back home. I'm now going to look at the syllabus rather quickly. You can certainly read the syllabus. Okay, you're not required to purchase a textbook. You are required to get your MyLab Math access through Pearson. You will have to purchase it, as I said, either through the bookstore or with a credit card or a debit card. Once you have obtained your Pearson access, you'll be able to do any homework or quizzes or exams. Okay, there, finally loaded. You have to have a calculator. You can't, this course is called Functions and Modeling, and the entire modeling part of this course is done on that TI-84 calculator. And that is the preference that we have for you to use is the TI-84. It's a very good calculator. You can either get the TI-84 Plus or the TI-84 Plus CE, which is a color version of this calculator. They're both excellent calculators, but you have to have a calculator. You cannot take this course without a calculator. It relies on the calculator. All right. And then here's a picture of what the card looks like if you buy an actual physical card with your MyLab Math access. If you buy it through the bookstore, they will send you a code that you can copy and paste into Pearson. All right, I'm going to real quick open the syllabus and hope that it opens quick. It's trying to open. All right, so I have the syllabus open now, and we're going to take a look at a few things in the syllabus. Um, you certainly can read through this, and you will want to. It is a contract between you and I on what we expect you to learn and how we're going to grade you, how we're going to assess you on your learning. It does go through that MyLab Math Access is required, a calculator is required. You're not required to buy a physical textbook. You can if you want to, but an e-text is part of your MyLab Math Access. You can look over the course objectives and the course outline. And let's talk about evaluation. Homework is 10% of your grade. Quizzes are 20% of your grade. Tests are 50% of your grade. You're going to have 5 chapter tests over chapters 1 through 5. Chapter 6 is included in your final. You have a comprehensive final exam, and that will be worth 20% of your grade. This is an online course, so proctoring of your exams is required. We use HonorLock to proctor your exams. It's a 24/7, 365-day a year application that is available. It's pretty straightforward, in my opinion, to use. Authentication takes a few steps, but once you practice it and you have it down, taking exams should be no issue whatsoever. You're allowed to use a calculator and a formula sheet on an exam. The only requirement you really have, other than a computer with a camera and a microphone, is a photo ID. It will require you to download an extension to your Chrome browser, but that's a one-time thing. You can uninstall it after each exam or leave it on your browser as you choose. You will be required to be proctored. Every exam must be proctored. So if you choose not to use HonorLock to proctor an exam, you will be required to come to campus and take your exam in the testing center. Those are your two choices. You can use HonorLock, which is free of charge, to proctor your exams, or you can come to campus, what would be 6 times in the semester, to take the 5 exams and the final. If you choose to opt out of HonorLock, if you choose to come on campus and take your exams in the testing center, you need to let me know as soon as possible that that is your intent. Please let me know within the first 2 weeks of this course. Okay, your grading and the grading scale. Your current grade's always available in Pearson MyLab Math. Sometimes it can take a while, up to half an hour, for grades to sync back from MyLab Math to Canvas. So if you close an assignment and you don't see your grade immediately in Canvas, give it a half hour. If you still can't see it, send me an email and I will manually sync the grades to make sure there's no issues going on there. I will let you read through the rest of this. Let's talk about makeup though, real quick. If for any reason you're going to miss the deadline of an exam, now you know today by looking at the schedule when your exams are due. If for some reason you know that you're not going to be able to take an exam by the due date, you need to let me know prior to the exam, if at all possible. That way I can determine whether or not to allow you an extension. If you miss an exam, well, you need to let me know immediately why you missed it, and then I can determine whether or not to allow you to make it up. But you must inform me whether you're going to miss it either before the due date or immediately past the due date. You cannot wait a month and say, oh, by the way, can I take exam 1? The answer is no. So make sure you let me know immediately if you have to miss an exam. All right, I'll let you read through the rest of that. So read through the syllabus, and once you've read through the syllabus and you've obtained your MyLab Math Access, you will be ready to take your syllabus quiz. All right, let's go back to the home page. And let's look over real quick the MyLab Math instructions. It's pretty straightforward. You click Access Pearson in the left navigation. You say Open Pearson. And then you're going to do one of two things. I already have an account, so I could link this account to my current Pearson account. So if you've had Pearson before, you can do that. Otherwise, it's going to create a screen where I can create a new account. I can put in my information and create an account. Please, 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 please use your Redlands email address. I cannot communicate with you to a personal email address. So if you put in a personal email address, you will receive an email from me telling you to go change your email address. It must be your Redlands email address. All right, once you have the account created, it will take you to a pay, P-A-Y page. You can either pay for your access with a debit card or a credit card, or if you've purchased an access code, you can cut and paste it in on that page. At the bottom of that page, the pay page, there is a link for 2 weeks temporary access for free. If you don't have means to pay for the exam, the code, or you don't have access to a code, I can't speak. The first day, you can click that link and get free temporary access. But after 2 weeks, you will have to pay for your access. Again, if you're in the review class, you only have to purchase one access. If you purchase it for the main course, it will automatically work for the review course. You will be good to go. All right, I'm going to go back to Canvas. I'm going to go back to the home page. And I'm going to talk about HonorLock. Here are the HonorLock instructions, and here is the HonorLock practice quiz. You will have an opportunity before you take an exam to practice HonorLock, and you can take this quiz as many times as you want to practice the authentication process. I'm just going to click on the instructions real quick, and then I'll click on HonorLock so you can see what it looks like. Here is the extension, a link to the extension that you will need to add to your Chrome browser to be able to use HonorLock. It does require a Chrome browser. Here is the student support. If you have any issues, their support is very good. Also, when you start the authentication process in HonorLock, immediately you'll have a chat icon in the lower right. You can click on that chat icon and talk to an HonorLock representative. Their support is pretty good. Here is a video demo that I created and uploaded to YouTube for you to watch. It walks you through the entire authentication process. I do want you to note, I have highlighted in red here, that you do not have a password for the practice or any exam. You do not have passwords. That's how we proctor you. So we make you authenticate yourself in HonorLock. You show an ID, it looks at your face, takes a picture of you, and says, oh yes, the person in the ID and the person whose face is on the camera are the same person. It allows you to take the exam. And the last step in the authentication process is for HonorLock to insert the password for you. If I gave you a password, you could completely get around the proctoring process. So obviously we don't want you to do that. We want you to be proctored. So you don't have a password. So don't send me an email right before the first exam and say, I don't know what the password is. That's right, you don't. And you will not know the password. So HonorLock will insert the password for you. So while I'm here and talking about it, let's go to the HonorLock link in the left navigation. And when you go into HonorLock, it's going to have a list of all the exams, including the practice quiz. And when you click the launch button, it starts the authentication process. You authenticate yourself, and once you've completed the authentication process, you will go open the exam. You can find your exams or the practice either on the module page, or you can find it in the assignments link in the left navigation. All your assignments are listed there. You find the exam you want to take, you launch it, and you take the exam. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page. And I'm going to open one of your sections. So I'm going to look at chapter 1 on functions, graphs, and models, linear models. Here's a description of what's covered in this chapter, the objectives for this chapter, the formula sheet that you will be allowed to use for every exam for the entire semester. All the chapter videos are listed on the home page. If I click the next button in the lower right, it will take me to the section 1.1 page. On the section 1.1 page, you have the learning objectives for that section. You have two different PowerPoints, the one that I use for my face-to-face class, and then the one that actually has the solutions for each of the examples in the PowerPoint. So it will walk you through an example and show you the solution. I have a link to your textbook, and I have a link to the homework for this section. So once you look at the PowerPoint, read your textbook, watch the videos, then you can click on this link and open the homework. Or you can go back to the assignments and click on the homework there. Or when you're on the home page, you have a link to the homework. And let me go ahead and open that. It's trying to open. It's thinking about it. Oh, I'm logged in as a student. So I'm not going to do this. But when you click on the link, it will open that homework section. You can do the homework, submit it, and then close it. And like I said, give it a few minutes to make sure the grade syncs back. If it doesn't sync back in a timely fashion within a half an hour, send me an email and I'll manually sync it. All right. You can click through MyLab Math and see what the homework looks like. Okay. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video. Let's just go to the assignments tab real quick here in the left navigation. So you can see it's a catch-all for all your assignments. Here's all your homework. Actually, we got upcoming assignments. Let me close that. And I want to see. Show by date, show by type. Here we go. Here's show by type. You can see all the homework, quizzes, tests, and the final, all listed here. The last thing I want to show you before I end this video, I'm going to leave student view because I'm recording this video prior to the beginning of the semester, so no announcements have gone out yet. But I actually send announcements out each week on Sunday at midnight that pretty much just does a summary of what's expected for that week. So if you have an exam that's coming due, it will certainly be in the announcement. And here's the week one announcement that's going to go out prior to the first day of class, which is Tuesday, January the 21st. And uh, again, if these announcements will be posted in Canvas, so when you go into Canvas, it'll be at the top of the page, or, and I guess, you will be sent an email notification when the announcement goes out. And again, I'm having some lag issues here with my internet connection. Yeah, it'll go out, you'll see it. It says for this week, this is what you want to get done. If there's any special announcements, it will be included in it. If a test is coming due, it will include that information, and it will include a link to your formula sheet for that exam. Every exam and the final, finally open. Every exam and the final, you can use the same formula sheet, and it'll have a link to that in the announcement that announces the test is coming due. All right, I believe that's all that I have to cover in this video. I do look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to having a great semester. If you have any questions whatsoever, please email me, send me a Canvas message, or give me a call. Bye-bye.